Even though people say Charleston White is just a comedian, that he's just joking, that he just says certain things for the reaction, I would genuinely like to disagree with that. Because you can absolutely be a comedian and still have certain things you say or do that carry real truth behind them. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Just stick with me for a second. First and foremost, the main thing I want to address is Charleston White's relationship with white people. He'll say he doesn't care about white people, he'll talk all that noise, but the reality is Charleston White genuinely believes that white people are good people. And look, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, because I've personally encountered plenty of good white people myself. But
stupid for even calling you, trying to make you believe what I believe. Because I really believe that, fam. I don't went against my own people trying to convince black people white people is good, homie. But all white people ain't bad. Why? I ain't never met a bunch of bad white people. So when I saw all white jury, I called you and told you, have no fear. White people ain't that bad. I had faith in that all white jury, didn't I?
so he was telling Carmelo Anthony's father, listen, we have some good white people on our side, and they're going to be human about this and see this case through fairly. Now, it wasn't an all-white jury, but that was his genuine belief going into it. On the other hand, if he truly feels that white people are good people, then what he does in contrast, in my honest opinion, is when he disrespects black people or talks down on them, he does it in a way that frames black people as inherently worse, inherently flawed. And I want you to really pay attention to this next clip. There's a young white woman who dates black men. Her boyfriend is black. And I want you to hear exactly what Charleston White says in this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man, a white girl that like rappers. What the is America coming to? The fuck? Man, please tell me you like country western singers and baseball players.
I mean, yeah, but what kind of music do you listen to?
Opera and white gospel.
Okay.
Y'all like white gospel singers. Please tell me you're not the kind of lily white girl to date black guys, aren't you? You do have a white boyfriend, though.
No, no.
You live in New York City, you don't have a white boyfriend?
I don't have a white boyfriend, no.
You don't have a Puerto Rican boyfriend, do you?
No.
You don't, please don't tell me you got one of them rappers. This is why we need President Trump back in office. This is what he meant by make America great. A white girl like you don't have no business. Man, look how pretty you are as a white girl. Why you want to come over down off to the ghetto and date basketball playing that your life is different?
He plays football.
You play what?
He plays football.
You go broke 5 years after leaving the NFL. If nothing there, get you playing baseball player. Don't get in one of them NFL running their heads in the shit. They can't think. And then they come. Did you see what Ray Rice did to his girlfriend knocked out?
That's so terrible.
Did you see what Ray Rice did to his woman knocked her out completely? Cold. He's a football player. You don't want to date a football player. Date you a black wrestler. Or maybe a tennis player, Tiger Woods kind of guy. Tiger hadn't had a lot of problems throughout his life.
Oh.
But the football player never go to jail. You don't want a guy that's gonna go to jail. He's gonna leave your kids fatherless and all that. You don't want that, do you? Y'all are gonna make pretty babies. You're gonna have a pretty mulatto, Obama-looking baby with no dad. And then you're gonna have to go try to find a white guy that wanna try to adopt a half-black baby. And you're not gonna treat him right. So please, whatever you do, just date him. Don't mate him, okay? Can you do that?
Okay.
Date him, don't mate him. Don't mate him, mother.
Okay.
White football players don't fare well. White bankers and white wall stock investors do much better than a white quarterback. What part of New York you from, by the way?
Upstate, boring part.
Upstate? Yeah, they told me, they say, listen, I love upstate New York. Because when the black guys from downstate, when they get sent to prison upstate, they get mistreated by the white guards and the white other inmates. I love it. I love upstate New York. Y'all keep it up, upstate New York. I love you. Keep kicking niggas' ass
in the name of being correctional.
Now listen to what he's saying. It may sound like he's playing around, but he genuinely means every word of it. And this is the exact contradiction I've come to recognize in a lot of black men and black people in general. The ones who say they're tired of their own community and want to date interracially or distance themselves from their people. One thing I consistently notice is that those same people, the moment something isn't going their way, are the first ones to call out racism and white supremacy immediately. It's unfair, it's unjust, the system is rigged. But then, when it comes to their own group, they're telling everybody else to stay away from them. And I don't just see this with black Americans, I see it constantly with Africans too. Africans will talk all day about colonialism and what Europe did to the continent, but I went to Nigeria in 2022 and had a friend who practically begged me not to go. He wasn't trying to block an opportunity for me, he was genuinely being considerate. He just felt that if I went, I might get robbed, I might get scammed, all of that. But talk to that same person about colonialism, about what the UK and France have done and continue to do in Africa, and he'll give you a full, passionate lecture. They don't want to live around black people, they want to live in white neighborhoods. But the moment white people don't want them in those neighborhoods, they're calling out white supremacy and discrimination. And what they really believe deep down is that putting down black people will somehow bring them closer to white acceptance. That is largely what Charleston White operates on. That is his core belief. He genuinely has deep resentment toward black people. And this pattern is not new. I know older black folks who are exactly like this. They be all yes sir and no sir around white people and then turn right around and march in civil rights demonstrations in the 60s and 70s and tell me all about it later. At the end of the day, a lot of that was purely transactional, just trying to get closer to white acceptance. You don't want to be around me, that's discrimination. But I want to live in your neighborhoods. I want to date your daughters or your sons. Why won't you accept me? And then in the very next breath, they're telling other black people to stay away from their own community, calling them names, saying they'll only hold you back and bring you down. My grandmother's best friend, she knows I'm in Africa right now. And you know what she keeps telling me? Go get yourself a Filipino woman. Leave those African women alone. When you come back to the States, don't deal with the women out here. Go to Asia and find yourself a woman who will cook for you, take care of you, do everything for you. Because a black woman won't do that. And you can't trust them. You can't deal with them. You see the way he's talking? Black people go and volunteer this kind of information to other groups. And I want to give y'all a real example so you know I'm not making this up. I lived in Europe for a period, and while I was there, I came across some African brothers. I won't name the country, and what you would find them doing was constantly complaining to anyone who would listen about how disappointing their home country was, how broken the system back home felt. Once they landed in Poland in the mid-20-teens, they would open up to Polish and European people about every single flaw and failure they associated with Africa. These black men and black women would get into relationships with Polish people and start unloading all of their grievances. Our country is like this, Africans have these problems, things are like that back home. And I would pull them aside and say, why are you going around telling all your personal business to these people? They don't need to know your internal problems. But they kept doing it. And then, the moment those same white partners turned on them, calling them slurs, flipping the script, they were completely shocked. How could you be racist toward me? But you already handed them the ammunition. You already told them negative things about your own people. If that white woman wanted to date a black man, Charleston White should have kept his mouth shut. But he genuinely felt that way, and because he said it out loud, now she feels completely comfortable repeating it. She feels validated. And at the same time, that very same Charleston White is out here complaining that white people aren't giving him a fair opportunity. Brother, you're not giving yourself a fair opportunity. And I see far too many black people doing this, thinking they're building leverage somewhere. You are not building leverage anywhere. And here's what makes this especially ironic when it comes to Charleston White specifically. Where does this man actually make his money? He is not collecting checks from the white community. He is not getting paid by the conservative right. Every time Charleston White has money flowing in, it's through Sage, it's through Antoine, it's through black people supporting him. So the very community he talks down on is the community keeping him financially afloat. Now, who is really holding whom?